read the data properties. So we have, so let's go to our project. So this is our project. Then on the package, we'll create a properties file. First, we'll create a properties file. How to create a properties file? So the file which ends with a dot properties extension. So you have to create a file, any file. You can create a text file, doc file, or Excel sheet, anything. Just right click on the package, new file. So click on file and give here your file name. So I'm just giving a config data dot extension. You have to give properties. So basically we have in Selenium config file. So in that config file, we have all the global properties of our application, and those properties will store in this file. I'll give you the same example. Then we can read them from this file. How to read the data from this file. So click on finish. So you have to store the values here, key value pair. Basically properties class, so which stores the key value pair both in string format. So for example, I want to give you a browser. So which browser you want to run your test case? So on Chrome. So what is your application URL? So you give all your application URLs. So I'll give our application URL. So we have an open cart application URL. I'll just so let me take that. Okay, so I didn't remember exactly. Let me take this project. So this is the our application URL. So I'm going to show you here. So like this, we'll store the data basically. So in your company, you will give your application URL basically. That's what we are going to do. So this is our application URL. Just give this in the config.data. So then that's enough. So you can store any data. Maybe I'll store some random data about DB data. Okay. So DB host. So equal to host 1 dot test.com. So DB port, I'll give 1545. So DB SID, you can give RCL. So like this, you can store all your data, whatever the data you want. You want username, you can store whatever the username you want to give. Okay, so this is the data I stored. How can you read this data to your program? So basically any class, how can you read that? So just create a new class and we'll read this data. So first read properties file data. Just creating a class, okay? Creating a new class under my package. So class, and you just take the access modifier, any one of them, just select the main method, public static void main method. I'm going to give First, I'll write a reusable method. So basically, functions is a very important. You have to create the functions. So which kind of method you want? Static or non-static?
Non-static.
Non-static. So non-static return type method we have to create. So what is the syntax of non-static return type method? Access modifier. So data type, method name, parenthesis, you have to give a parameter. So data type P1. So one parameter I'm going to give, that is a key. So these are all keys. Okay. So these are all keys. This is the key and this value you should get. So this is the key and this value you should get. This is the key. So value can change at any point of time. So you can come and tomorrow change. You want to run on Chrome, you can run on Firefox, you can give a Firefox. Or you want to run on Edge, you can give Edge. Or you can change your application URL. So we have a different environments, right? Test environment, staging environment, production environment, different environment. URLs will be different. Such cases, how you can get that? So every time you cannot keep on modifying here, right? So you will give that environment names. Based on that, the URL it will fetch and it will run. So that's what we want to do here. So I'm going to see, you write the logic, then return the value. So this is the function structure. So I explained this in the beginning of Java methods topic. So whoever still not clear on the methods, please go and watch our methods topic again and again until you are perfect on that topic. That's the only topic regularly you will use. So I'll take up public access modifier. So data type, always the method properties class returns a string type data. And method name, so you can say read properties file data. Just giving the method name, anything. So it's your own way, you can give string key. See, data type it is string. The key, the parameter name I have given key. So everything as per this syntaxes we have covered very nicely in the methods topic. So now, what are the steps you need to follow to read? The first step is step 1. Create object for properties class. Because you need to use all properties class methods. Properties class has a non-static methods. That's why we are creating object for the class to use those methods. So how to create properties? Prop equal to new properties. So this is the object we are creating. So why it is throwing error in the 8th line? Because this is our package. But where this properties class is available? Which package that is available?
Java.util package.
Java.util package. So import it. Just see when you mouse over, it will show a panel in that. You just click on import. So it will import. Import statement will add above the class, below the package. This is the placement for the import statements. So we imported. Then I need to read my file, right? I need to read my file. Where is my file? So you have to tell that. You have to tell the program. So second step is, step 2 is, so read the properties file. So I have given already in the file handling topic how to read the data from files. Properties file. So first you have to create a file object. File f equal to new file and represent the file path. How to represent the file path? So this is our file. So this path you need to represent. Right click on the file, properties, this is the entire path. But every time this project will change, right? The project name. So how can you get that project value? So there is a default code for us. You have to specify that. So we have So simple, I'll give here. I'm splitting the code to understand more. So I'm going to get the project current directory path, current working, this project path, how to get. So I'm going to give that string current project path. So how can you get automatically with the code? So that's what system dot get property. So you just give system dot get property. See, in the system class, this is the static method, static return type method. So again, see, it is following the return type method syntaxes. So what is the return type method syntaxes? Data type, variable name equal to class name dot static method. So you give here, so user dot dir. That's what I'm telling you. Everything our basics plays a major role in Selenium. So that's why first classes till control structures is the one you have to focus more. That's the only area you will use everywhere. So I got the data. So my project path I will get. If you want to print, just print what is the path it is giving. If you want to print, print it. Current working directory is plus this is the value. See what you will get is just, if you want this, you want to test it. Okay. You want to test it, put this in the main method. Quickly you want to test it. Put this in the main, so then we can do that. Just execute. All right, let's finish this. Okay, so I'm going to take up this path, that path, plus. So this will give you till here, till this project. Then after this, you have SRC, then collection programs. Collection programs inside your file is there. So that complete path we have to give. So if you still want to get it, right click, properties. If you right click on the file and properties, you click, see you got it. So now I need to give from here till the file path. Complete file path. So why I'm not giving this one? C2 Eclipse Workspace Java training, my system.get property will get this value. So that's why I'm not giving that. Okay. See, this is how you can. So a file also import from java.io package. File class is available in java.io package. So that's it. Then, so how to read the data from files? You have this file input stream, right? File input stream class. File input stream fs equal to new file input stream. So I need to pass the file object reference there. Just pass file object reference. So import from java.io package, and it is, so I already told in the exception handling topic, when you're using a files or database connections, you must apply the try catch blocks or exception handling concepts. So just I'm going to apply surround with a try catch block. So I'll surround with a, so this is throwing exception. I'm surrounding with a try catch block. What is that? File not found exception. So if file is not there in this location, so I'm in prepared. So in advance, I'm adding this try catch block. Okay, so I will get a proper exception here. So that's the exception handling means. So then if you want to add finally block, you can add finally block. Then, so after that, so you can add. So the next step is step 3. So load all the properties. Load all the properties. So we have to use properties object dot load method. So from which file FIS object you need to load. So that's what I'm doing. Because I'll just put this outside. because this is the inside the try block, right? That's why it is not visible here. So maybe I can just declare outside of this try block so that it will be visible in the same. The scope is not here. So what I'm doing, I'll remove this. See, now it is visible even outside of the try block also, because I have given the scope for this FAS object scope in the same try block. But what I did, I am using outside the try block also. That's why I put this FAS scope outside of try block also. Then it is visible here. Now again, it is throwing a unhandled exception, add throws declaration. So see, throws keyword is adding IO exception. So they all, again, exception handling I am covering here. File handling, exception handling, I am covering one more time. Okay, so then step 4, last step. Step 4, read the property value using get property method. So return. How can you call get property method? That is there in the properties class. That object reference dot get property and give the property name. The property name is key. So this property name we are going to get from here, from file. So while calling time, you will give that. So now see this user dot directory, I will show you what is the value. See, you got it? This is the project, our project path. This is our project path. Till project path, this system.get property will give you automatically. You don't need to hard code. So you don't need to hard code the values. So it will work for any project. The code will work for any project. So that's what this code will work anywhere. Okay. So this structure is there. So now see, after this, next what is there? SRC. See, SRC is there. Then collection programs. Next folder is collection programs. Under that, you have a properties file. So this is the complete path I am making to understand the system. Where is my file? So that's what the file means. File object will refer file. So now call which data you want. I don't need to write this entire code repeatedly. That's what the functions will do, right? It reduces the repeatability. And I can call this method, I can read. So what are the data I want? How can you call this method, non-static method of this class? You have to create object for the class. So create object for the class. Using new keyword. So how can you do that? Class name, reference of object equal to new class name. So this is the common thing we are doing from the day 1 onwards. Even still end of the Java also we are doing that same thing. So just do that again. It's a standards. These are all standards. It won't change. So RD obj equal to new class name. That's it. Now, so whichever data you want to call, so just I'll print. I'll return type method, right? I can call return type method in the print statement. Okay, so what data we want? Browser value is. I want to get the browser value from the properties file. So what I'm doing? Object reference start read and give the your key. What is the key? So the key is here. So this is the key. So you have to give exact name. If you don't give exact name, it won't get that value. See why this is throwing error on the 43? This has a throws declaration. Wherever you are calling the method which has a throws declaration, you must declare here also same throws declaration. Otherwise, it will throw a compile time error for you. So now run this. See this? You got a Chrome. I'll just go and update here. See, I don't need to change my, every time my code. So I can run this, see updated value, you got it. So we didn't change the code here, right? We didn't change the code. Even I didn't change this value. So that's the advantage with this properties file data, how to read it. Any questions? You can read like this same way, other data also if you want. But you have to give app URL. Is this the same? App URL same, next to DB host. You have to give key name, DB host. Next, so what is that? DB port. If you want, you can give DB port. So like that, you can just give all the values. See, if you change in the properties file, same will reflect here also. You don't need to touch your thing, right? That's what. See, that's it. So current working directory is printing for every time. So I'll comment out this one. I don't want. Okay. So I don't want that. Just for your understanding purpose, I have written here. I don't want one time printing is in. See, browser, application URL, DB host, and so I'll go and change this value. See that? You just come and run here. You don't need to change the code. Only your data you are changing. So that's it. See? So reflected here. Okay. So that's how to read the data from properties file. And you can use this anywhere, this same code. It won't change. Only file path will change. But code is same. Any questions before going for the last topic? Enums.
No, sir.
Okay. So no question. Let's move on to the enum concept. So what is enum? So enum is another type of entity in the Java. So which basically use it to store constants. Mainly you can store constants in the enum. So we need that concept only. Other than that, we don't want much. So let me show you in the Selenium how people are using this enum concept. Even we have in our blog. So you can go to our blog and you can see here. Enums. So this is the enum. So in the enum, you can store like this. So you will create a enum class using enum keyword, and you can give enum name. In the enum, you can store all the constants, basically which doesn't change. So that is all final, final variables. So like your keyboard keys. So we know in the Selenium stored in the keys enum. So let me show you that also. In Selenium, I'll talk always in the Selenium point of view. Whatever we need in Selenium, that we're going to do that. See here. So we have a keys enum. There is a called keys, alphabetical order it arranged. You can just go here, keys. So this is the enum. That's why I'm discussing the enum topic. Otherwise, we don't need enums. But here we are using enums in the Selenium. See all the keyboard constants. See arrow left to arrow down, all to add every key that is present in the keyboard. they created here, because you're going to use these keys to perform the actions on the web pages. How you can do that? So with using this keys enum. So the same way, I'm going to show you how to create a simple enum and how to call those enums. So how to call those constants of enum. Enum name dot enum constant. That's how to call. Okay, simple. So we don't want much else. How to create enum? New. See, there is option enum. Like you have option to create a class. You have option to create an interface. The same way you have option to create a enum. So simply directions. I'm creating enum name directions. If you want, you can take a main method and just so east, west, south, north. So these are the enum. So you can create another class. There you can call. Sorry, what happened? Class enum demo. So I'll take the main method. See, I'm going to call enum class constants here. So how to call them? So you can just say simply east direction is. How can you call that? So just enum name. What is the enum name? Directions. See, you can get the directions dot whatever the constant you want to call east. So it will print that enum name. So see, you got east. So that's how you can get the enum constants. That's the only concept we need. Other than that, we don't need much here. How to call the enum constants? So enum name dot constant name. So that's what you are going to do in Selenium. So all these constants, how can you call? Keys dot whichever the key you want. You want shift key, keys dot shift. You want control, keys dot control. So you want delete key, keys dot delete. You want down key, keys dot down. You want to enter key, keys dot enter. Enum name dot the constant. Is it clear? Any questions?
Sir.
So this is the only topics we need in Java. Other than that, we don't want much. Okay. That's it. And let's end this session so that we can start the Selenium session. You join the same link again so that I don't want to mix Selenium code, Selenium topic